Savannah is one of the most beautiful places to retire in the entire country. But if you pick the wrong community, you're gonna feel it every single day. After working with people relocating here for over 9 years individually and 6 years as a team, we've come to know these spots very well. And today, we're walking you through 6 communities that we would personally consider if we were retiring here ourselves. Let's check them out.
If we haven't had the chance to meet yet, my name is Erin Madden. I'm the co-owner of the Wellspring Group, along with Niki Midgett, located here in the greater Savannah area, and we help people just like you retire on the Georgia coast every single day. Let's get started. The first community we'll be seeing is Waterways in Richmond Hill. This is one for the active retiree who wants to be outside every single day. We're talking kayaking, fishing, joining the Carefree Boat Club at the marina on site, meeting your friends at the tavern when the sun goes down right over the water. And here's something we think is one of the coolest things about living here. If you use that on-site marina that I just mentioned for your boat, you can get on the app, reserve that boat, and they'll drop it right in the water for you. They'll even ice down your cooler if you want them to. It's 100% ready to go. That's just everyday life in Waterways. It sits along Redbird Creek with direct access to the Greater Ogeechee River and the Intracoastal Waterway and on out into the Atlantic Ocean. Cottonham Exchange is the expansive amenities center which serves as the community's hubs. There's 2 pools there, a fully equipped gym, a market and a wine shop, and a locally owned tavern. It gives the community its own little town center feel. Throughout the neighborhood, you'll find pickleball courts, kayak storage, multiple neighborhood gathering spots to hang out with your neighbors, a second smaller fitness center, and another pool, plus miles of trails and waterways to explore. And like we have mentioned, that convenient marina on site with dry boat storage. It's a gated community, so there's a real sense of privacy, security, and exclusivity here. But it's not pretentious at all. You'll see your neighbors walking, golf carting, paddleboarding, and kayaking. There's a friendly, welcoming feel as soon as you enter the gates. Plus, it has an energy of a place that's still growing, and that's because you can get new construction. On the real estate side, you've got townhomes that start in the low to mid $300,000 range, and single family homes go up from the low 400,000s up into the 900,000s and beyond. You'll find lagoon and marshfront estates into the millions here too. So what we're saying is there's a price point for everyone. It's got one of the best amenity packages in all of Richmond Hill outside of the Ford Field and River Club, which we'll talk about a little later on. But before that, let's go over to Pooler and check out a golf lifestyle.
If your retirement dream is built around golf, Savannah Quarters and Pooler is one to know. This is a gated master plan community that's built around the Savannah Quarters Country Club, which features an 18-hole Greg Norman signature golf course that plays just over 7,000 yards from the tips. It's actually been voted best of the best by the Savannah Morning News. The front 9, the back 9, the island green on 15, it's a stunning course to play every single day, meaning you're not going to get bored. We'll go back to golf later on when we talk about some other spots. But golf aside, the person who lives here is going to stay active in other ways. Pickleball and tennis with friends, afternoons by the pool, and then coming home through the gates to a quieter pace of life. They love being close to Pooler Parkway and enjoy all of the conveniences of having Publix, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, and Costco right outside the gates. Residents in Savannah Quarters do not mind driving to access the water since Pooler is further inland. Savannah Quarters residents have all of the benefits of Savannah Hilton Head International Airport less than 10 miles away. For frequent flyers, that's a really big deal. But here's the thing about this community, you're going to join the country club. That's not optional. That's just part of the lifestyle. We'll be seeing this in another very exclusive area that we're going to cover later on in this video as well. The HOA and the club memberships are separate, and in Savannah Quarters, you're going to pay both. So we want you to go in knowing that. The 29,000 square foot clubhouse, the full PGA staff, the hard true tennis courts, and the brand new pickleball courts make it worth every penny in our opinions though. Real estate here runs from the low $300,000 range well into the seven figures for luxury custom built estates, with builders like Lennar and Dreamfinders actively building in the community. So you have options depending on what your preference is and where your budget lands. Buyers here also want newer construction, and homes are typically built into 2000s and later. Modern finishes, contemporary feel, that's going to be a clear contrast from our next neighborhood we're going to talk about. And really quick, before we talk about our next spot, we know that you're probably looking for a place that actually fits what your lifestyle looks like. Don't try to narrow this down alone. Drop us a message through the contact details in the description below, and our team will help you find your perfect fit.
Okay, now let's head to the landings out on Skidaway Island. The retiree who belongs here loves Savannah's unique, beautiful coastal lifestyle above everything else. Living in the landings feels like you're on a permanent vacation. It is quintessentially Savannah. You're surrounded by mature live oaks, draped in Spanish moss, tidal marsh views, and probably the occasional deer walking through your backyard, snacking on your annuals. You've gotta be okay with that, by the way. Pro tip, use mesh or wire netting to protect those pretty blooms. You'll even notice that as you enter through the neighborhood gates. Here, you'll find a coastal lifestyle that genuinely feels like it's from another area. All of the coastal charm is wrapped into one gated community about 15 miles from downtown, but it's real and it's Savannah. The amenity package is truly extraordinary. There are 6 championship golf courses designed by renowned professionals like Arnold Palmer, Tom Fazio, Arthur Hills, and Willard Bird, plus 31 tennis courts and 14 pickleball courts as well. You have a 52,000 square foot fitness and wellness center, 2 full service deepwater marinas, 9 dining venues, 5 swimming pools, 30 plus miles of trails, over 160 social clubs. I'm out of breath. So if you land in the landings, don't plan on sitting still for very long. This neighborhood has earned its place among the top 150 platinum clubs across America for a reason. And we have other areas that we'll talk about with great rankings as well. So stick around for that. Here's something that surprises a lot of people. You don't actually have to be a full club member when you live in the landings. You can own a home and simply pay your HOA dues without joining the club. But if the lifestyle feels like the whole point, which is the case for most folks that consider this community, there are multiple club memberships at a variety of price points, both with a golf option and without. If you're giving the landing serious consideration, reach out to us and we can talk you through your options so you can keep that in mind when you're budgeting. When it comes to real estate, many of the homes here were built during the 1970s and 1980s, which means there's a lot of renovations that have taken place. You're going to spend a minimum of $500,000, and anything over 3,000 square feet pushes you towards 7 figures pretty fast. Recent MLS data puts the median sales point right at $900,000. One thing retirees really love here is strong inventory of ranch-style single-story homes. One-level living is very achievable in the landings. You just have to be okay with trading modern design for that incredible coastal charm. And most landings buyers are.
Okay, so this one's a bit different. Southbridge is a very specific community for a very specific person, and we say that with a lot of affection. This is a person who loves being close to downtown Savannah, but doesn't want to actually live in it. Going out to dinner in the historic district a few nights a week matters a lot to them. Southbridge puts you just around 10 to 15 minutes from that without living in the middle of a touristy city.
Southbridge has a nostalgic feel. It reminds me of the community where I grew up in the North Carolina area in the 1990s. Tons of large brick homes sitting on big lots.
It's exactly what you would expect from an upscale neighborhood. You've got a great golf course, walking trails, a racket club with 14 courts, and just about a third of the 1,400 acres are set aside as green space. Most of this area was built in the late 90s through the early 2000s, as we mentioned, and homes from that era tend to run large, and you still feel that all throughout the community today. It's also very common in Southbridge for a buyer to have adult children and grandchildren who live in the suburbs nearby. They want to be close, just not too close, and Southbridge is that sweet spot. Here we have the median sales price in the low $500,000 range, with options from condos in the low to mid $400,000s all the way up to larger estates that can crest the $1 million mark, which, by the way, is quite a bit lower from the next area we're going to talk about, and you'll see why.
This is the most exclusive community in the entire Savannah area that we're going to talk about now. That is the Ford Field and River Club in Richmond Hill. This property was established in the 1930s as the winter estate and social experiment of Henry and Clara Ford. And yes, we mean the Henry Ford, as in Ford Motors. It's a private club community, and when we say private, we mean it. Membership comes with property ownership, but the initiation fee is pretty steep. Recent numbers have it around $200,000, and that figure typically changes annually, so be sure to reach out to us directly for the current number. There's also an HOA fee and an annual required club spend as well. So going in, you need to be financially ready for the full picture. But here's the thing that makes the Ford unlike anything else in this region. When you join, your parents are members, your children are members, and your grandchildren are members too. It truly becomes a family legacy. The community sits on around 1,800 acres along the Ogeechee River with only 400 home sites. Development started back in the late 1990s, and not all of the sites are built on yet, so new construction is still happening. The Ford is designed around several distinct neighborhoods, each offering its own interpretation of Southern living, from charming, historically inspired homes to larger, more private estates. It gives you the ability to choose not just a home, but a setting and a lifestyle that fits you best. And then there's golf. The Pete Dye Championship course plays over 7,400 yards from the tips. The front nine is traditional, while the back nine plays link style. It's been ranked among Golf Week's top residential courses for a few years in a row. Beyond golf, there's a full-service deep water marina, an equestrian center with riding trails, multiple dining venues, tennis, pickleball, a luxury spa, and a major, and I mean major, amenity renovation currently underway. Your membership also includes access to Dorchester, a private shooting preserve just south of Richmond Hill in Midway. And there's a full-time naturalist on staff. New members actually go through an orientation about the natural residents you'll find around the community. That detail alone tells you a lot about how this place is run. Real estate starts around $1 million for cottages and golf course homes, but riverfront estates go well into the multi-million-dollar range. Having been Henry Ford's winter home for many years, the Ford Field and River Club offers a rich history, and we'd love to fill you in on all those details. So reach out to us right now and we can share more.
This next community is the only one with an age restriction, and it's also located in Richmond Hill, Georgia, and we are also standing in one of the model homes right now. Del Webb Savannah at Heartwood is brand new, and it's the one and only dedicated 55+ community in the entire greater Savannah area. Everything here is new. New construction, there's no resale inventory that even exists yet. So you're going to be buying a spec home or building from the ground up and making your selections yourself. Our agents have worked with clients on both options, and they are very well versed in the entire process. There are 11 one-story floor plans across 3 collections with base prices starting from the mid $300,000 range and going into the high $500,000 range.
Personalizing those floor plans allows you to make it exactly what you need, including a second story.
The community is part of a massive Heartwood development that's a 7,000-acre project that's expected to double the size of Richmond Hill in the coming decades. Del Webb's master plan includes 700 home sites over 310 acres designed around marshes, green spaces, nature trails, and exceptional amenities. The neighborhood itself is intentionally sized to feel big without being overwhelming. You're not going to see the same 20 people at dinner every single night, but it also won't feel like a tiny town that's run out of things to do and things to talk about. The middle ground is exactly what retirees keep telling us they love about it. The comparison point that we hear often is Sun City in Hilton Head. This is a massive community that typically carries a higher price point. Del Webb Savannah is a very different experience. So what do you get here? The 9,000 square foot clubhouse is currently under construction. When it's done, it will have an indoor and outdoor swimming pool, a fitness center, pickleball courts, tennis courts, bocce ball, a cafe, and a full-time lifestyle director who runs events all year long. Basically, boredom is not allowed here. And Del Webb Savannah is the only Del Webb community in the entire country planned to have deep water access. Water access is planned for a future phase along the Jericho River with a kayak launch and a dock already in place, so you can go ahead and get outside. This community is 5 minutes from I-95, which makes travel easy, and it gets you to downtown Savannah in roughly 25 to 30 minutes. So there's a convenience factor here too. With the community being brand new, you're getting in at the very beginning of something that's going to be phenomenal long term.
So there you have it. Those are the 6 communities we'd put on our personal shortlist for retiring in the Savannah area. You get a real variety and the freedom to choose.
That's where we come in. If you're thinking about retiring to the Savannah area, reach out to us. Our team has helped so many people just like you, who start as clients and then they become friends, and we would love to help you too. Shoot us an email at meettwg@gmail.com today, and let's start planning the next chapter for you. Also, make sure that you're subscribed to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our insights, our deep dives, and other videos about Savannah real estate. We often connect with people who still haven't quite figured out their moving plans, and ongoing local information is crucial to help them figure it all out.
Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in Savannah.